In an indeterminate future, the human race has been decimated by the advent of the Titans, large anthropomorphic creatures that attack humans to feed on their bodies. Their origin is unknown, but because of them humanity currently stands on the brink of extinction. In an attempt to save themselves, humans have built a giant wall around their land. Within that area, they built another wall separating farmland from residential areas, where most of the rich and powerful people live. And that's how for 100 years no one has heard of the Titans. It is as if they have disappeared, so life inside the wall has become quiet and safe. However, since the last attack was more than 100 years earlier, much of the population is beginning to wonder if the Titans really exist, while there are growing calls for the establishment of a special reconnaissance corps that can dispel doubts about the possibility of life outside the walls. Armin, Mikasa and Eren are three childhood friends who live on the farmland. Armin likes to invent strange objects, and the boy lives with his parents. Mikasa and Eren are in love with each other. Lately, Eren has been living with one obsessive idea in his head: to go outside the perimeter of the walls to prove to everyone that the legend of the Titans is false, and thus lead his people to freedom. Mikasa, on the other hand, dreams of seeing the ocean. One day the three arrive at the wall, which is guarded by an old garrison corps commander, Suda. Eren leads his friends toward the wall guarded by checkpoints, avoiding the barbed wire since this area is forbidden to civilians. Eren, sure that there are no Titans behind the wall, wants to be the first to get out after 100 years of forced imprisonment. Before he can do anything, his friends are captured by soldiers who want to execute them for violating the perimeter. They are rescued by Suda, who has known the boys since they were children, so he sends the soldiers away since they are still minors. When Suda discovers Eren's intentions, he offers him the chance to join the ranks of the volunteers who will be going on reconnaissance shortly. Eren, of course, accepts without thinking, but at that moment they hear a roar and the earth begins to shake. A giant Titan, whose head rises above the wall, keeps kicking the wall until it creates a giant breach. Dozens of smaller but very hungry Titans begin to appear out of nowhere, grabbing the soldiers and eating them alive. The cannons, positioned for defense for just such an event, do not kill the Titans, thus confirming that the legend is true. The Titans are immortal. Chaos is then created, as no one knows what to do. Armin, Mikasa and Eren flee to the city. People panic in the streets and crowd the local cathedral, hoping for help from heaven. The crowd divides Eren from Mikasa, dragging the helpless boy inside, while the girl with a baby in her arms remains outside. Eren stares at her as a Titan is about to devour her, and the girl remains motionless since she has now accepted her cruel fate. When Eren comes outside, he thinks Mikasa is dead since there is only blood on the streets. Meanwhile, everyone inside the cathedral is eaten by Titans, having no escape with the doors blocked by the mass. 2 years have passed since the wall was breached. Armin and Eren, along with the rest of the refugee group, now live behind the second wall, where they have joined the ranks of soldiers who are sent to war with the Titans. The soldiers are being trained by Commander Hans, a girl who has studied the Titans for a long time and now knows all their habits and weaknesses. He also discovered how to kill Titans, and to do so he also invented some special device called three-dimensional movement. This device allows the user to move through the air with ropes and high-pressure gas, and thus have great mobility in dealing with the Titans, who can be killed by severing the nerves at the back of the neck. Behind the wall is Shikishima, head of the Reconnaissance Corps, and his mysterious assistant. They are the best killers of Titans, as they have mastered the technique of blades and three-dimensional movement, managing to take out dozens of Titans in a matter of minutes. Although they are so good, nothing can stop hordes of Titans, which number in the thousands. General Kubal then devises a plan to end the war. He wants to carry explosives to the breach of the outer wall, and detonate the top edge, so as to prove the collapse and stop the influx of new monsters from outside, exterminating those left inside. This plan should help them in recovering agricultural lands, otherwise the people are likely to starve due to food shortages. The soldiers have tried several times to carry the explosives to the wall, but all the squads of soldiers have been killed at the hands of the Titans, and now only the last reserve squad remains. The newcomers, among whom are Armin and Eren, are humanity's last hope, as there will be no one else to send to war. At the training camp the friends meet the former Garrison Corps commander, Suda, who is now a desperate and depressed alcoholic. Here they also find other young volunteers, including peasant girl Sasha who really likes potatoes, and Sanagi, who is able to take down a Titan with an axe by severing its ankles. The soldiers are loaded onto military vehicles and are sent toward the wall. The Titans sleep at night since they cannot see well in the dark, so they must complete the mission and return to base before dawn. During the reconnaissance, Eren and his new friend Iana find an infant Titan in a ruined building. The infant's crying and screams awaken all the Titans in the vicinity, who attack the soldiers. Meanwhile, in a nearby building, Captain Shikishima and his assistant prepare to help the soldiers. Once they put on their armor, they flutter over the ruins of the buildings, striking the necks of the Titans with their sharp double swords, which after dying vaporize in the area. It turns out that Shikishima's helper is none other than Mikasa. Eren and Armin immediately recognize the girl, but she ignores them and shows no sign of happiness at their meeting. Thanks to Shikishima and Mikasa's skill, the army manages to survive the attack. It turns out that Shikishima had been sent to guard the bunker where the explosives are stored. General Kubal opens the bunker and orders the explosives to be loaded onto the vehicles. The atmosphere in the camp is very tense, as Jean, the son of a former soldier, does not hide his contempt for Eren and other fellow soldiers. Thus begins the fight between the two, which is observed by Shikishima and Kubal. Realizing that Eren could become a good Titan hunter, Shikishima talks to him on the sidelines and reveals that he has taught Mikasa the skill of warfare. Eren also discovers that Mikasa is now Shikishima's girlfriend. The captain found the girl in the ruins, and taught her everything he knew. That day when Mikasa was left alone with the child on the streets crowded with death and chaos, she changed totally. The Titan ate the little child, but she survived bearing a huge scar all over her body. After this the girl will never be the same again. Eren feels pain at seeing his girlfriend with someone else, so he silently walks away and screams in despair, being stopped by Iana, who worries that doing so may awaken the Titans. The two find a secluded place to talk about their past, and see a married couple preparing to make love in the midst of the ruins, being that it may be their last time together. Iana then shows interest in Eren, and proposes making love to him, but at that instant they are attacked by the Titans, who eat Iana and also kill the husband of the couple intent on making love. The boys rush to load explosives onto the van to send it to the wall, while Eren and the others are saved by three-dimensional movement. Mikasa and Shikishima spring into action and kill as many Titans as they can, but many soldiers are caught and killed on the fly. In the commotion, a van loaded with explosives is hijacked by a masked man. The wife of the slain husband throws the hijacker out of the van, sets fire to the explosives, and heads toward the Titans. The van explodes, tearing the nearby giants to pieces as the woman dies. Eren realizes that he must fight or all his friends will be eaten. He takes flight, injuring and then killing his first Titan. Shikishima is watching him the whole time, explaining the best way to outflank and kill the Titans. Without wasting any time, Eren attacks the second Titan, but it bites his leg and throws him onto a nearby building, depriving him of the limb, much to the disappointment of Shikishima, who walks away without rescuing him. Nearby the soldiers are trying to save one of their comrades by distracting the Titans, but Armin is grabbed by a particularly large and fat Titan. The giant has already put him in its mouth and is ready to swallow him, but at this point Eren sacrifices himself and throws himself into the Titan's mouth, pushing Armin out and sliding down its throat. When he reaches his stomach, he finds that the Titan is already digesting all his fellow officers, including Iana. The Titan turns out to be too tough. In fact, neither arrows nor Sanaga's axe do anything to him. Mikasa learns of Eren's death and angrily pounces on the Titans. It is clear then that she has never stopped loving Eren, and since their last meeting she has always kept his red scarf, which the boy gave her before the attack 2 years earlier. The Titans are killed one by one, but the girl runs out of air and can do nothing more, lying on the ground looking up at the sky. She is found by the fat giant who has eaten Eren, and now he prepares to snack with the girl as well, but suddenly he starts to feel sick, as if he is about to vomit all the people he has just eaten. But instead, giant hands come out of his mouth, ripping him from the inside. A huge, smoldering Titan with red eyes then emerges, and in a rage he begins to kill other Titans with great ease. The soldiers think they have been saved by this new Titan because he is on their side, but this is not the case. The Titans run away being afraid of dying, and the red-eyed Titan heads toward the humans. On the roof, Mikasa sees the glimmer of reason in his eyes, and she does not run away because she realizes that this is Eren. The Titan grabs the girl and is about to kill her, but his strength fails him and he collapses to the ground near the building. Commander Hans has always dreamed of being able to get a living Titan for his research, so he rushes toward the steaming body that is getting hotter and hotter. Suda asks to gently open the Titan's neck, because if this is not done, the one inside will die. Mikasa makes 2 precise cuts with the sword, and from inside appears a transparent sack with Eren inside. The Titan dissolves in a mass of steam and smoke. Shikishima continues to watch from the other side. Everyone thinks Eren is dead, but the transparent envelope around him dissolves. The boy opens his eyes, which now glow red like those of the Titan. The first movie ends here. If you don't want to miss the recap of the second one, turn on notifications, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.